I got me some kale. I'm so excited. I'm sorry, guys. My first time, so I'm excited. Hopefully they do well. Hey, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Fleur. I am a small space container gardener in Zone 8. Sorry, I just have to show you one more. This right here is collard greens, and it's also my first time growing collards. What I was doing in the video was hardening off my seedlings because I am getting ready to transfer them into the garden soon. Not this very moment. Oh my gosh, look at this hummingbird. I'm sorry. I just love being in nature. I just love being outdoors. So I am like very present and aware of what's happening around me. But yeah, I am getting ready to transfer the seedlings that I have been starting indoors. I have all of my brassicas that I've started in solo cups. So I have my collards. Well, I don't think collard is a brassica, or is it? I don't even know. Anyways, I have my collard greens. I have kale, I have cabbages, I have broccoli, and I have cauliflower. It is my first time growing all of them from seed, so I am super duper excited. What I was showing in the video was hardening off your seedlings. Because I am getting ready to move them into the garden, this is a crucial step so that your seedlings can thrive the rest of the time that they are outdoors. What the heck is harden off? When I first heard that, I was like, what? Huh? I didn't know what it was. It's basically like a transition process of the plants that you started indoors. You want to transition them gradually outside. So in order to do that, you have to gradually expose them outside. You can't just grow them inside and then when you're ready for them to be in the garden, just take them from inside and then plop them in the garden. They're not going to thrive. They're not going to do well. So what you're basically doing is just gradually exposing, your grown seedlings to the outdoor conditions such as wind, rain, sun, temperature before you permanently place them in the garden. That's basically what hardening off is. When you start seedling indoors, they're basically in a pampered environment, right? The atmosphere, the air inside, it's stable. It's a stable environment for them. There's no direct sunlight, there's no wind, there's no rain. I mean, we grow them under grow lights, right? But even that itself is not like the light from outside. It's not as harsh as the sunlight. So when you're growing them inside, that indoor condition, it's completely different from outdoor conditions. The outdoor conditions are harsher. If you don't gradually expose them outside, when you transfer them, they can go into transplant shock. That can lead to stunted growth or even death. Look how beautiful this looks. Why am I so obsessed with plants? I'm like addicted now. This is so pretty. So why is hardening off important? Well, the first reason is that it strengthens their stems. When you expose them to the wind and the breeze and stuff, it's going to strengthen the stem and help the stem get thicker and stronger. Even when you're growing them inside, you want to try to mimic outdoor conditions. You're not going to get it to be exactly like the outdoor conditions, but you do still want to try to mimic that. So that's why it's important to have the oscillating fan around your seedling. This is more for stem support. And the other reason why hardening off is important, like I already mentioned, it helps to prevent the transplant shock because it helps them to adapt to like the fluctuating daytime and nighttime temperatures so that they can keep growing instead of shutting down after transplanting them into the garden. When you gradually expose them outdoors, it also helps to boost their resilience, making them more tolerant to stress. A plant that is hardened off is less likely to wilt. It's less likely to have the yellow leaves after you transfer them into the garden. So when you are getting ready to move your seedlings into the garden, you want to harden them off at least 7 to 10 days before you're getting ready to transfer them to the garden. Now, these babies, I've started the process about a week now. So I'm going to be hardening them off for 2 weeks because I won't get them into the garden until I would say around September 20th or so. I started these indoors on August 10th. and I want to get them into the garden at least a month later. So I'm going to be waiting until around September 20th before I transfer them to the garden. But I have been starting to harden them off about a week ago. So it's going to be about 2 weeks or so before they fully settle in the garden. On day one, you want to place them in a shaded area. You don't want to put them in direct sunlight, okay? Don't do that because that's going to be too much too soon. So place them in a shaded area for about 1 to 2 hours on day one. And then each day afterwards, you want to gradually increase the time and the exposure. So on day one, they're in the shade for a couple of hours. And then the rest of the time, I don't know, on day three or on day two, maybe leave them for 3 hours. On day three, leave them for 4 hours or 5 hours. And then you can even start placing them in the sun just so they can have a little bit of that sun exposure on them. So you can even do that. And then towards the end of that process, by day 7 through 10, the seedlings should be staying outside most of the time, and even stay outside at nighttime if the temperature is safe enough. When you're ready to transfer them into the garden, they will have been acclimated, their stems would be sturdier, and that is pretty much the process of hardening off your seedlings. This is the most annoying thing that I have to do every single day. Sometimes I'm like, man, it's a lot of work. Especially if you have a lot of seedlings, but this is a very important step. It's not something that you want to skip. I know it's tedious. I know it's annoying going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then bring them back inside and then it's annoying. But it is so mandatory and so crucial. So make sure that you guys do not skip that step. We want healthy crops. That's what we want. We want healthy crops. By the way, if you check out my website, I do have a planting guide. I'm also going to be linking it in the description. It is a guide that tells you what to direct sow and what plants you can start indoors every single month based on your zone, because every zone is different. So the guide is zone based. Know your zone and then go to the month that you want to start your journey. It's great if you have a small space. It's great if you are new to gardening. It's a great planner if you want to succession plant. That way you're growing more food. I'm going to be linking it in the description. Check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my previous video, and I will see you all in the next one.